Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning. We are so excited to have you here with us today. If this is your first time watching, or if you have been keeping up with David and I for a few months, you will know that today we are talking about morning mindset. Hey, David, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, good. It's the afternoon here, but I will say good morning.
Or good afternoon. That's right. For
Yeah,
everyone who's watching again, David is in the UK. He is not in the US. So there
no,
is definitely a time difference.
yes, 5 hours. So it's 1 o'clock here, so it must be 8 o'clock there.
Yes, it is. It's 8
Hmm.
a.m.
Did you
8
sleep well?
a.m. I did.
Hmm.
I did.
Good,
So
good,
very well.
excellent.
I think it was
Well,
the coffee.
oh,
Like I woke up this morning like, hey.
really? Ooh, yeah.
Oh
Are you
man.
one of these people who can drink coffee late at night and then still have a good sleep?
So I didn't drink it late at night. Um I can drink it late at night and still go to sleep. I have to make myself go to sleep,
Hmm.
but I would prefer to drink coffee earlier in the day because it will
Hmm.
keep me up for 24 hours.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I can drink coffee, yeah, most times, but for some reason it doesn't keep me up. So I guess
Oh,
I'm lucky in that respect. Yeah. Mm,
oh man. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so today we're talking about morning mindset.
yeah, morning mindset. Yeah, which is where you are at the moment.
Exactly. Where you were a few hours ago, where I am right now.
Yeah, I went running this morning.
Okay.
Usual exercise in the morning, and I just love it. I think when I don't exercise, I don't feel
Yeah, it's
right for the day. Is that how you feel? I mean, I know you do. You said you do a little bit of exercise every morning with your push-ups and sit-ups.
yeah, so it's not as intense as yours. It's like a 5 minute quick workout, like, hey, I'm just gonna do this to be
Mm,
consistent. Um, but yeah, no, it feels weird if I don't do it. I'm like, man,
mm,
something is missing.
yes.
Okay, let me stop whatever I'm doing and do 5 minutes. Like I can give up 5 minutes at that time. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I go running. I mean, in the winter it's much more difficult, so I probably end up going to the gym. But at the moment, it's nice. It's perfect running weather. Actually, it's about 20 degrees. So it's not hot. But it's just lovely, and actually, Loretta, it's lovely when you're running and you see people and they acknowledge you when they pass you because they're running too. Uh,
Nice.
they're smiling, and even though you're wearing headphones, you can lip read, and it's like that feeling of they know you're disciplined, you're out there and doing it, and yeah, it's nice. It's a nice, pleasant start to the day, and one of the things that I do when I'm running on the subject of mindset is I do my intentions for the day. Is
Okay.
that something that you do in terms of intentions for the day or your life?
So like when I'm exercising, I don't. When I'm exercising, honestly, I'm focusing on breathing because I'll stop breathing while I'm exercising.
Mm,
But I do like I'll look at what I have to do for the day. I'll take time, open up my planner and be like, okay, what do I want to get done today? What's on the list of things to do? Like what's the most important things I need to do? All right,
yeah,
now let's make a list. So
yes. Yeah, that's cool. When you're intentional like that, because you're being intentional, which is what am I going to do today? Planning ahead, which is what
mm-hmm.
intentions are. And yeah, yeah, definitely. Because what I say to myself, one of my intentions is the big intentions, which is to help 1 billion people by 2025 in one way or another, one
Nice.
medium or another, and that's the big intention. And the daily intention is something like, right, okay, I want to be the most productive, happy person I can be today, and go to bed at night tired, but when I've done it, I've had a good day. That's sort of what I thought about this morning. That was my
Okay.
intention. And I believe that when you do that first thing in the morning, it gives you that sort of, oh yeah, I want to take the day on, rather than saying I'm going to take the day on. It's just another way of speaking to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
turning
Yeah,
that.
so like something that I'll do, when you word it like that, like something that I'll do is one of my business intentions for the day would be like, hey, I want to help, overall, I want to help 200,000 people reach at least one financial goal.
Mm,
So what can I do today
mm,
that's going to help me actively go towards that, right?
mm,
And personal would be like, okay, I want to focus on positive things today. How can
mm,
I be my best positive self today?
mm.
So, yeah,
Exactly. And it's
intention wise, that's.
yeah, and it's like right, okay, how do I want to show up today?
Mm-hmm.
What are my intentions about showing up? Right, I want to be a great energy, and just say that, and then just leave it at that. I think that the thing that we might defeat ourselves with would be along the lines of, right, how do I become that great energy? Oh, I wasn't like that yesterday. How am I going to do that today? Forget about the how, just
Mm-hmm.
about the what, and then just do it. So I'll always avoid looking for the how, because the how can cause us to procrastinate, and that's a mindset thing. That's literally, I need to know how this works. But no, you don't. You don't need to know how gravity works or electricity. It works. And because it works, you have to then respect it. It works. This is the way it works. So I think my best days are when I'm feeling really calm first thing in the morning, and thinking, right, okay, what do I need to do better than I did yesterday? So I mean, yesterday I was thinking, right, okay, I caught myself complaining internally, complaining, and I caught myself having a negative conversation with myself. I thought, oh, right, I'm going to change that. And it was, I can't remember what it was complaining about, but it was an internal thing. It could have been somebody. I was thinking of someone, and they were irritating me, but I was still internally complaining. So I was running, and I'm thinking, right, okay, today I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to judge. I want to get that out of my system. So that was yesterday, by the way, and put it all aside, I just felt so calm immediately. It's like
Nice.
an immediate effect, Loretta, of this wave of calmness. And instead of uh, blaming and complaining, I just poured love and gratitude on that person. And it was just, wow. It's something that I've always done, but not recently. So I did it, and I just felt really calm and had a really fantastic day. Really fantastic.
Nice.
And that's just something that, even though I teach this stuff, you just got to keep practicing it. You got to go into that mindset gym first thing in the morning, and change your. I guess the word we could use is attitude. Attitude being thoughts, feelings, and energy. When you walk into a room, uh, and you can feel the energy. It's a good attitude in there. It's like a meeting you've gone into. You feel good. And if you go into a
Absolutely.
room and you can cut the atmosphere, it sort of sucks your energy out straight away. So I think, right, okay, I'm going to do a training. I was thinking about this just now, right, okay, I'm going to do a whole training. I'm going to put it in the academy on attitude. This is something that, you know, it's really important, attitude of how we are with our clients.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the group is an entrepreneur. How we are, if you show up with a wonderful attitude to work, then people will feel that energy. You can feel the energy. You're going into a restaurant and you feel the energy of the staff because they are really trying hard to make you feel good whilst you eat your food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really important.
Mm,
Um, and like getting people to understand like how to identify that like how to even identify them not having a good attitude or a positive attitude, because some people think they're fine and that they
yes.
don't have anything going on, and the reality of it is no, you have a bad attitude.
Yeah, yeah,
How to
and it's
identify that, and then how to change that.
yeah, and it's then then that begs the question: how do you sort of enlighten this person? How do you sort of shine the torch to them to say, listen, maybe your attitude needs to change? And no one wants to be told that. No one's got the perfect attitude, but no one wants to be told.
Exactly.
And that's something that perhaps what I personally, when I build a training a program, I always talk. I never ever describe the tools straight away or the techniques. There's no point. What I do is go. I always think about the origin of why this might have happened and then how it's impacted on you, because it's like a backdoor approach, Loretta. You get that person to realize, oh, that's me. You get them to actually say it in their own head. Oh, that's me. Oh, I need this. And that's because you can't change someone. They've got to do it themselves. They
Mm-hmm.
have to. So, coaching, that's what I'm obviously I'm in. It's all about, you can teach someone. We can do all these lives on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, but and give these tools out. But the big thing that people have to realize is they have to really acknowledge to themselves that there's something that needs to change, and to themselves, not to anyone else, and then to actually admit, okay, I need to change. That's me. And one powerful way I've always found it is describe what's going on inside of somebody's mind, describe it, why it could have happened. So it could have been, you could have been you were rejected when you were 20 years old in a relationship, or 23-year-olds, you were fired from a job, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get this little rejection going on in your, and then because of rejection, you get this fear starting up. So then you might be waking up again, the morning mindset in the morning, with this little fear of rejection. So that's stopping you then making those calls to potential leads and clients. So again, I always try and get people to understand, right, okay, this is not permanent. This fear of rejection is not permanent. You can do something about it. But just admit to someone, that someone being yourself, that you've got that fear, and go to work on it. Because as soon as you start getting success and results, you'll see that, it's fear is a liar. Fear is just born of something which happened BS in the past, where you thought you're a reject, but you're not a reject. You just experienced something which was felt like rejection. But at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't want to be with you, they don't want to be with you. It's not you. You've got to move on as quickly as possible. The emotions, obviously, you've got to feel the emotions. We feel it, but don't define yourself as, I'm a reject, because you're not.
Mm-hmm. Even when it comes to like what we do as coaches and as an entrepreneur, what we do, like trying to gain sales and things like that, we experience a lot of rejection.
Mm,
Anybody who is an entrepreneur
mm,
can say that they've been rejected, whether it's been an idea, whether it's been a sale, um, or anything, like whatever you've been doing, you've felt some sort of rejection. And I've
mm,
spoke to a young lady the other day
mm,
who is a recruiter, um, and she was explaining to me how in this new role she's experiencing a lot of denial emails, a lot of rejection and things like that. And so with that, she doesn't like her position because she doesn't like that feeling of being rejected.
mm,
So yeah, we experience that a lot, a lot.
True. It's it's part and parcel of entrepreneurship, that
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's it's experience, but you don't have to live it. Just I'm all about let it go, obviously, and I think it's such a powerful thing. If you could let go of that feeling quite quickly, as quickly as possible, then it could make your next conversation easier, rather than you think,
Absolutely.
oh, what what happens if this next person says no to me? It doesn't matter, because
Mm-hmm.
you eventually will crack that nut.
And the no is not a never. No
No,
doesn't mean never. Like it'll never happen. Like I should give up this idea because it'll
yeah,
never happen anymore. That's definitely not what a no is. A no is just not right now.
yes, denials, delays, not denials, and I think that is something that we've talked about before. keep going, and realize that yes, success is around the corner. But there's so many cases where people stopped just before they could have been successful, and that's something that, don't give up. If you've got an idea and you believe in it, and it is actually, it's got its merits, then don't have to listen to people around if they don't get it. If you feel, your gut feeling is, ooh, this is a great idea, then run with it. And that's something you can think about in the morning in terms of intentions. Right, my intention is I'm not going to give up. My intention today is I'm going to just find another piece of the puzzle. And it is having faith. There's a lot of this about having faith in the unknown, the unseen, that something will come about. I mean, you think about it. 500 years ago, if you said to someone there's something called electricity, they would have laughed at you. What are you talking about? Electricity, planes. What are you talking about? So this is absolutely ridiculous. But if we just entertain the idea that electricity has been around a bit longer than we have, it's always been there, but we just hadn't discovered it. And that's where somebody discovered electricity, and Edison discovered the light bulb. So, we've been creating fire for thousands of years. So we created energy in fire, but we're thinking, if you've got an idea, you can bring it to reality. It just hasn't formed yet, come into form.
Right.
And that's where trust comes into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the first thing is, who do you choose to be today?
Who do we choose to be today? And, if we can think about, um, what do I choose to receive? What do I choose to receive? That's something that I think about. What do I choose to receive today? What do I choose to give? That's another one. In terms of, you know, I choose to give up my best in my career. I choose to give my total focus and energy to my clients today. It's so empowering. I find it so empowering. When you have this attitude, it's an attitude again. What do I choose to
Mhm.
receive today? Is I choose to receive compliments. I choose to receive thanks. I choose to receive love. You're just telling the universe out there, you're telling whatever you believe in, that I'm going to choose to receive this, and I'm going to run with it, no matter what I feel or think. It's something that I have to, um, follow and pursue. And these are the fundamental questions which I think about every single day. It's so important, so important.
I agree, David. Like for me, and for you to say that, like I choose to receive today, I know for a lot of people, or at least for myself, I can only speak for myself, at least for myself, that was hard for me to be able to receive things or
Mm,
compliments or things like that. And so that's one thing I said actively, okay, I'm going to accept a compliment. I'm going to, if someone gives me something, I'm not going to say, no, that's okay. Like I'm going to accept that. Right. And then
mm,
what do I choose to give today? My son and I, we had a conversation the other day. He's 11.
mm,
We had a conversation and we always ask each other, well, what areas do you think I can improve on? Or how can I improve, today? And we ask that at the end of the day.
it's really good.
So my area improvement was I can I can give you 5 minutes of like total attention, no disruptions out of
Mm,
my day every day. And we can talk about what you're doing, how your date was, and etc. I know that sounds bad. He gets more than 5 minutes, but uninterrupted, like me not on my phone, no social
mm,
media notifications, no
mm,
phone calls, no cooking dinner, like
mm.
just full focus
Which is
attention.
powerful.
Yeah.
That's the gift. I find the gift of time, the gift of, um, giving somebody your presence without having to without having to grab the phone, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not that common. When you're there, and if you ask your friend or who you with, just to put the phone away and just to have a conversation, have a conversation. Or if you can imagine that you're all there at a dinner party and you all have to put your phones in a
In a
bowl,
basket
in
or
a
a bowl.
basket, yeah, in another room, the people's anxiety will rise. They're like, "What? You're asking me to cut my legs off?" But you'd have a better conversation, a much better conversation. You even if I notice when you're speaking to someone and you both don't know something, so they're reaching for the phone to check Google. I mean, what happened just to have a conversation and just to say, right, I don't know that. I'll check it up later, rather than I have to Google it now, because
Mm-hmm.
Google's become a way of thinking, a way of life.
It is an immediate encyclopedia, like an
Media,
easy
yeah,
access encyclopedia.
easy access, and it's like without trying to work. People don't try and work anything out anymore. It's like I
So
need
I
to know.
call it the house phone effect. Like I say, okay, I'm gonna give you uninterrupted attention. That's the house phone effect. Like back in the 90s,
Yes, I remember.
before cell phones were super popular.
Remember,
the
I remember. I
late
saw this.
80s.
I'm watching this. I'm watching this show on. Um, what's it called? It's on Amazon. It's called Cruel Summer. Have
Okay.
you seen it?
No.
It's
I'll have to check it out.
it's actually set. It's actually set in 1990, between 1993 and 1995,
Okay.
and they are using house phones, the portable ones. You know the
Oh
ones,
man.
the big portable ones with the
Long intent. Yeah.
and I'm just thinking. I remember we used to have one of those, and we used to have. Um, I used to sneak it upstairs to my bedroom because I wanted to speak to someone. We didn't have mobile phones; we had the house phone, and then my mother would shout upstairs, "Who's got the phone? Who's got the phone?"
Only one person can use it at one time.
Yeah,
And if you had two house phones, if you were in a conversation, your mom or someone will pick up the phone like, "Hey, I need to use the phone. Can you end
yeah,
this conversation right in the
yes,
middle of your conversation?"
yeah. How embarrassing! They'd pick up the phone downstairs, bring the phone. She'd be saying, "David, David, bring the phone downstairs. I want the phone back." It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing when your
I'm
mother's on the
sorry.
line.
I've got to give my mom the phone. I'll call
Yeah,
you back.
yeah, yeah. I'll call you back later. I'm in trouble. And then we have the phone bill would go up, and there wasn't any unlimited phone bill. It was just like it is now, eat all you can minutes. Then it was like
Right.
per call, who's
It
been
was very structured. It was like, okay, if you and that's why I say the house phone effect is what I call it, because it's like if you call, I'm not gonna pick up the phone right away. You're gonna have to leave a message, wait until I check my messages, and then I'm gonna call you back. It's probably gonna be at the end of the day. Call you
yeah,
back tomorrow. Like that's what I say, the house phone effect.
yeah,
So
yes. I remember when we first had mobile phones. I mean, initially it was you could only have so many minutes. Wow. And I remember I had two phones at one point because the contract with one was unlimited minutes after 6 o'clock.
yep.
6 p.m. until 6 a.m. So I used to have that one number for night calls.
Everybody's waiting like at 6 o'clock, like, okay, I can talk as long as I can. We can
Yeah,
talk all night.
yeah. See you.
Unless,
Speak to you tonight. Yeah, speak to you tonight. But the calls could only last 60 minutes before you have to ring back. It was fine. You have to wait till 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Then I'll ring you back in a second.
it's like a free Zoom account. You've got
Yeah,
40 minutes to talk.
yeah,
I'm
yes.
gonna
And
hang
then
up and call you back.
yeah. Oh man, it's so funny. But I was watching this show. It's called Cruel Summer. If you're gonna watch it, it's really good. Really good actually.
Okay.
It's set in the 90s. It's um a drama set in the summer. I won't tell you much about it. You have a look yourself. But if you like dramas, it's well written and very interesting. And it could have happened. Yeah. So you just think, wow. But because it's set in that time, you see the 90s cars. It's American. It's set in California, I think. So it's the 90s cars, 90s phones, and yeah, how different life was then. Even they got the computers had just started up then, you know,
With the DOS systems.
DOS
Oh
system,
man.
yeah, DOS system, and they showed it on there. I'm thinking, ooh, and the messaging system, they just showed it. I thought it's really interesting. I mean, for the kids of today, it's like what? It's like watching a museum a show on, you know, historical pieces, you know, and they had cassettes and CDs. Wow,
Nice. Yeah, that was a while ago.
life, life, life. Yeah, but yeah. So we've digressed about the morning mindset. But yeah, what do I choose to give today? Um, what am I grateful for today? There's what do I choose to receive today? Yeah, so important that we can share with the audience. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as always, like David, you always provide these great tips. And this is what I was telling someone last night. I was like, listen, the stuff is the stuff, the content. Call it the stuff. It's
I
the
love it.
stuff.
I love it. Yeah.
Um, it is good. It's simple, right? It's easy. It's very practical,
Mm,
but it works. And I
mm,
always revert back to that. I always revert back to the timer advice that you gave and the setting the time aside. And I know that seems super simple, and I know it seems like, oh yeah, well everybody should. But if you don't hear it, you don't do it. It's in the back of your mind. You're not thinking about it. What you do is you bring a lot of stuff to the forefront of the mind. And
mm,
then when we actually listen to what you're saying and put it into play, put it into
mm,
practice, we
mm.
realize like, oh, snap, this stuff actually works.
Thing is,
Like,
like you know, when you want to leave a door open, um, or you put a wedge in the door.
mm-hmm,
Oh, that's so simple, but it's just like that. You know, the tools are very practical, but it's just little things make a big difference. And I think people complicate it too much, way too much. You know, and I think when you just explain something, which is what we talked about earlier, when you explain it to someone, this is, you know, if you just ask yourself these questions every day, just one of these questions, it can change your attitude. And all it is, if you can imagine, right, one of these questions, then such as who do I choose to be today, then changes your attitude, and then that changes then how you are on the phone when you speak to your client later on, or you speak to your supplier. That's how it works. So it's only a simple
mm-hmm.
thing. It's one question, change your attitude, then you have a really good conversation with your boss, for example. You have a good day. So that's how simple it is. What we're doing is on these calls is giving you some, you know, people out there something to think about, so that then they feel different, and then they show up in a different way. And
Absolutely.
you know, it's no good, you know, if somebody says, "Oh, put your arm around you, you'll be fine. Be positive." That is not practical. See, that's,
How?
you know, yeah, how,
How do
and
I
that,
do that?
yes, and you know, ooh, you know, it's like why, and then you want to infuriate someone when you say, you know, calm down. That's the last thing you want to do. But I think the more consciously aware we are, you know, this is bringing it all to consciousness, which is a different topic we can talk about another time. Because the more conscious we are about our thoughts, the more in charge of our life it is. It's far,
Mm-hmm.
just so much more powerful, you know, so much more
Absolutely.
powerful.
Absolutely. So the three things, if you guys caught us late, or if you're watching the replay, the three things that we talked about today are three questions to ask yourself to develop a better morning mindset. Question number one is, who do I choose to be today? Question number two is, what do I choose to give today? What do I choose to give today? You might want to write these down, put it on a sticky note. You guys know we love sticky notes.
Sticky notes. There's no sticky notes here, but yeah, sticky notes, post notes.
And number three, what do I choose to receive today? Those three questions are going to help you with your morning mindset. Again, starting your day off with those 3 questions. And you can check David on Instagram at David_ramen. Hey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. As always, David provides the stuff. The good content,
I
the
love that.
great content.
I
He
love that.
provides the great content. So
The stuff.
definitely share this with someone that you know, or share it with your employees, share it with your staff or your coworkers. Make this a little training session, if you will, something to help everyone and not just yourself. All right, guys, it is Wednesday, hump day. We're almost through the week. I hope you, David, have an awesome week. And thank you again. Thank you for coming on here and giving us your
I
time
love it. Thank you.
and your stuff.
That's a good tagline now. Every Wednesday we're talking about the stuff. I
We're
love
talking
it.
about the stuff.
It's like something else to start in Hatch. Maybe that's before your time.
Oh man, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. My son thinks that I was around since since Jesus.
Early
He's like,
20th
so
century.
mom,
Horse and cart.
we was watching Perry Mason and he's like, Mom, is this how it was back in your day? Like what? Black and white? Son, things were in color always. I don't
Yeah, I lived in
Anywho.
black and white. Color is a new thing.
You guys have a great day, a great week, and share this video. Bye.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye,
David.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.